Many people will have heard of the three salt towns of Cheshire: Northwich, Middlewich and Nantwich, sometimes referred to as a salt triangle. However, almost nobody will have heard about a fourth salt town in Cheshire that is now almost lost to history. This town was once known as Fulwich, but later its name was changed to Dirtwich. It is located about 4 miles from Whitchurch and about 14 miles from Nantwich, between the villages of Isicoid and Malpas. It does not appear on modern maps under either name. The father of John Milton, the well-known poet, also called John and a composer and a poet himself, was allegedly friends with suspected alias John Rouse, the second librarian at the Bodleian Library in Oxford, following on from Thomas Bodley, the first librarian, whose family were allegedly from Crediton near Showbrook, Devon, who supposedly died in 1652. Another friend, John Lane, had 2 poems he dedicated to Milton Senior that are still unpublished. There was supposedly another Sir John Rouse, who was an MP for Worcestershire, who allegedly lost his seat for eating 2 pounds of dirt, who happened to die the very same year as Sir Ranulph Crewe. Milton Senior allegedly published music written by 3 more names on my suspected alias list, including Thomas Ravenscroft, an alias mentioned in previous videos, Thomas Morley, who it has already been speculated may have ties with Shakespeare, and also William Lyttelton of Playish Hall, Shropshire, son of the Chief Justice of North Wales, who attended Shrewsbury School, as did, surprise surprise, a great number of his other aliases, including Sir Ranulph Crewe, William Camden and Sir Philip Sidney. Soon after 1599, Milton Senior married a Sara Jeffreys and moved his family to a house in Bread Street, London, to the district known as Mansion House at the crossing of Cannon Street near St Paul's Cathedral and the churches of St Mary's Aldermary and St Mary Le Bow. I believe that there is most likely a subtle allusion here to Church's mansion in Nantwich, as well as an allusion to Sion House and to suspected alias Nicholas Breton, who was a poet and prose writer of the English Renaissance and, according to Wikipedia, allegedly born at Capitol Mansion House in Red Cross Street in the parish of St Giles without Cripplegate, mentioned in his father's will. Milton Senior then moved his family to Horton in Buckinghamshire and rented Birkin Manor farm, where his famous son was brought up, from John Egerton, 1st Earl of Bridgewater, the son of Sir Thomas Egerton, Lord Ellesmere, or Viscount Brackley, Keeper of the Great Seal, who was originally from Dodleston in Cheshire and was a patron of Sir Francis Bacon and supposedly employed John Donne as his secretary, as mentioned in the video WS61. The name of the town of Horton is derived from Old English horu, dirt, and tun, a settlement or farm, and was also the home of Thomas Lane and his son John. Interestingly, the name Quidhampton has a similar origin, where Simon Forman was allegedly from, and also George Herbert. Simon Forman allegedly treated Shakespeare's landlady and worked for a salt, herbs and cloth trader. Now we have a reasonable explanation for the eating 2 pounds of dirt cause. We can see it was a ruse or deliberate exposition to make us recognise that the town Horton was significant to his aliases. Another town that was a homonym of Horton was Horton, Nantwich, the home of another of his aliases, Sir Ralph Bourchier, who inherited estates in Yorkshire and built Benningborough Hall and was the keeper of Rochester Castle. He was also MP for Newcastle-under-Lyme and Newport, Isle of Wight, as well as Knight of the Shire and Sheriff of Yorkshire. If we now look within Shakespeare's Hamlet for the words quid and dirt, using the website opensourceshakespeare.org, we find on line 3440, Hamlet talks about the skull of a lawyer, and we find a pretty convincing match for the expression eating 2 pounds of dirt, relating to the MP John Rouse, who was an MP for Worcestershire, along with Sir Thomas Lyttelton, who was supposedly the son of Sir John Lyttelton and supposed grandson of Gilbert Lyttelton, who was the father of Humphrey Lyttelton, who was allegedly executed for his part in the gunpowder plot. But I believe Gilbert, John and Sir Thomas were likely all the same person as John Rouse, the bard himself. Sir Thomas Lyttelton's wife, Catherine Crompton, was the daughter of Sir Thomas Crompton, who was a joint MP for Boroughbridge with Sir Henry Fanshawe, who owned St Edith's Church, Shocklach, where John Dod preached. Sir Henry Fanshawe was the alleged son of Thomas Fanshawe, although in reality he was probably the same person, who was married to Mary Bouchier, daughter of Anthony Bouchier of Nantwich, the son of John Bouchier, 2nd Baron Berners, the Chancellor of the Exchequer to Henry VIII. The salt extracted in the village of Dirtwich, Cheshire, was also significant to Thomas Dod and his father Edward Dod, who may actually have been the same person as John Dod of Malpas. I believe that John Milton Sr. was one and the same as suspected bard alias John Lane of Horton, who was married to Lady Jane Lyttelton, the daughter of Sir Edward Lyttelton and Alice Cockayne of Ashbourne Hall, Derbyshire. He was also, of course, synonymous with the rest of his aliases, including, of course, Sir Thomas Egerton and his supposed sons, whose joint biographies are mostly a catalogue of alias name-dropping. A simple way of summarising this is that John Milton, the greatest English poet after Shakespeare, best known for his epic poem Paradise Lost, was actually the bard's son. I am confident that the clues for this conclusion have been present all along, and we just have to notice them using already documented genealogical data, which is available for all to discover. Thank you for watching. There will be many more videos like this in the near future. The only way to get a full appreciation of who the bard really was is to buy my book. It is available only on Shopify. Please scan the QR code shown with your mobile and you will have a direct link to Shopify. Thank you.